So thank you for tuning in, tapping in, and turning on tonight to this broadcast on a Saturday night. I wanted to share with you the Dr. Hulda Clark cleanse, which I originally found out about this cleanse back in 2012. And my daughter at the time was having a lot of very crippling, severe migraines where she would have to miss school. She missed a lot of school, unfortunately, that particular year because she had these debilitating migraines that just leveled her. And I'm fortunate that I've never had a migraine. I think I've had 2 headaches in my entire life. So the bottom line is that, we took her to the neurologist. They wanted to put her on, some really strong psychotropic drugs that are really good for migraines, but they were psychotropic drugs, and also things like Cafragot, and there are like 2 other meds that they're psychiatric type drugs. And when we looked at them, my daughter and I were like, no way. My daughter was 17 going on 18, and she's like, I don't want to put that in my body. And I'm like, I don't want you to put that in your body either. So let's figure out another way. And as luck would have it, I have a wonderful friend who is no longer with us, Dr. Bob, who passed away in 2015. He told me about the Dr. Hulda Clark cleanse. And so I started using the Dr. Hulda Clark cleanse before I finally told my daughter, I'm like, let's go ahead and try this. We can do this cleanse together. And it's something that you need to put 2 days aside, because when you start the cleanse, you are going to be, in effect, you can't eat after 2 p.m. So there's a preparation process that starts basically from 2 p.m. on. And then as you move forward, then you are going to be, you're going to have your concoction put together, which involves a grapefruit. I just realized right now I was going to pull out a grapefruit because that's one of the ingredients, and olive oil. So I'm going to take a quick little moment here. I'm going to get the grapefruit. I'm going to get the olive oil, so that you guys have a notion of what it is that we're going to do. And I will come right back. Just give me a minute. This is going to give some of the people who were planning on being here. Look at my wonderful quantum doctor, Dr. Nirmala, who is in Australia. She's part of our group of 710 doctors and holistic care practitioners. I'm writing a book with her. And let's see who else we have on. We have Angela's Torres. Angela, I haven't talked to you in so long. Thank you for tuning in. Glenda Evelyn Segura. You guys, I think you're going to love this cleanse. I did a ton of research before I actually did it on myself. And no one has ever been hospitalized as a result of doing this cleanse. On the contrary, all the reports that I've seen online have had spectacular results with people, because it is a complete comprehensive detox. It opens up your bile ducts. It opens up your gallbladder to release any stones. And you will see the evidence without getting too graphic. I'm going to share with you the actual cleanse. For those of you, before the end of this broadcast, if you want me to send you a PDF of this cleanse, all you have to do is put a comment below here on either YouTube or Facebook. Just put a comment, I want the PDF, and I will send you through Messenger the PDF, or we'll send it to you through Telegram, and you will have that. For those of you who are more predisposed to having email, I kind of am email avoidant, but I will send it to you through email. If you want it through email, just let me know and I will be sure to forward that to you. I don't have any kind of an email program where I put you on a list and blast you. I'm not into newsletters and things like that. It's not my gig. So I really want to, my personal mission statement is to facilitate, educate, encourage, and empower you. So I want to educate you so you have a foundation that you can base your decisions on, based on truth. Whether you decide to listen to what I'm saying or go somewhere else, at least you have a foundation where now you can take a baby step, or maybe a big step, in the direction of whatever your dream or your goal is, to reclaim your health and your vitality and restore your body and repair it to a healthier state of being. Okay, so give me just a quick second. I just need a moment to get from my counter the grapefruit and the olive oil, and I'll be right back. All right. And yes, I am back. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. It is, let's see, it's already 8:36. I'm going to go ahead and do a share screen with you guys. Feel free to do a screen, do a picture of the screen if you'd like. But like I said, I will send this to you if you request it. I'll send it through WeTransfer, so it comes as a link. There's no way that it'll get stuck in your inbox or get bounced back because the file is too big. It is a PDF that I would be sending you. So let me go ahead and share with you right now. This is, all right, so here we are. So I'm going to turn the Facebook camera around so that you guys who are on, I got to check to make sure, because I want to make sure that you guys can see the entire screen. And it appears that I might have to, for those of you who are on Facebook, you might, if you're on Facebook, I would just encourage you to jump on Love and Money Secrets TV, and you'll see the live broadcast, and then you'll be able to see this in its entirety. Because when I turn this around, it's too close to the screen, so you won't be able to see it. But you'll at least be able to hear everything about this cleanse. So this cleanse was originally created by the late Dr. Hulda Clark, who is no longer with us. She did a lot of things having to do with frequency. She was a holistic care practitioner. She was really ahead of her time, I got to say. And so without, you guys can do your separate research about who Hulda Clark was and all the incredible things that she did. She really invented a lot of really cool things and had some modalities that had an incredible amount of impact for the people who actually followed them and did them. So the first thing I'm going to read you the ingredients. You see here the liver cleanse created by Dr. Hulda Clark. Again, if you want to go to Love and Money Secrets TV on YouTube, you can jump on here and you'll see the document. So the ingredients are Epsom salts. You're going to want to put 4 tablespoons of Epsom salts. You're going to have olive oil, and you're going to use half a cup of light olive oil, which is easier. You want to get extra. I always use extra virgin olive oil that's organic. You're going to want to use pink grapefruit. She recommends pink grapefruit, but to be honest with you, sometimes I use pink grapefruit. I like to do my cleanses in January and June. So pink grapefruit, regular grapefruit, it works equally well with pink or regular grapefruit. So my friends and gems, here's a grapefruit. And it says here, you're going to use 1 large or 2 small. So it's enough to squeeze 2/3 cups of juice. And you're going to wash it with hot water first and then dry it each time. Next, I ordered this through Amazon. Everybody orders things through Amazon, but you can get ornithine from your local health food store. So you're going to want to get ornithine, and you are going to use 4 to 8 capsules of ornithine to be sure you can sleep. And I would either sway test or muscle test yourself to see whether you need 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8, depending on your size, your body weight, your mass. You're going to want to use, I say 3 to 8 as opposed to, she says 4 to 8, only because I am a smaller than average sized individual. There's nothing about me that is average. I am below average in height and weight and all sorts of other things. I'm the size of a 5th or 6th grader. I'm only 5'1", and I'm just a smidge over 100 pounds. So that's why I say 3 to 8. If you're on the petite side, you're probably going to need, again, muscle test or sway test. If you don't know how to do either of those, not a problem. Ornithine. Thank you, April, for asking. And Tony, thank you for joining tonight. April, thank you for asking how to spell ornithine. Ornithine is ORNITHINE. I'm going to spell that again because I know sometimes when you're listening to these broadcasts, it's hard to distinguish the letters because of the sound quality. So just to make sure you get that, it's O as in Oscar, R as in Robert, N as in Nancy, I as in Igloo, T as in Tom, H as in Heaven, I as in Iodine, N as in Nancy, E as in Edward. And you're going to want to take, she says 4 to 8 but again, I say 3 to 8 because I happen to be smaller than the average size. So use your own judgment and then muscle test it or sway test it. If you don't know how to muscle or sway test, I'm sure you can find someone, or you can go to my polarity test and reset video on my YouTube channel. And I show you there how to do the sway test, and you'll know without a shadow of a doubt. The next thing you're going to need, really important, is a large plastic straw. It's for you to drink. And she says here, to help drink the potion, basically the mixture that you're going to be putting together. And you want to get a pint jar with a lid because you're going to want to shake this up pretty good. Now it says here, choose a day like Saturday for the cleanse. I'm just going to read this verbatim, and then I will give you my experience with this. So choose a day like Saturday for the cleanse, since you will be able to rest the next day. This is very, very, very important. It says, take no medicines like vitamins or pills that you can do without. They could prevent the success of this cleanse. Eat a no-fat breakfast and lunch, such as cooked cereal, fruit juice, bread, and preserves, or honey. No butter or milk. You want to stay away from those heavy creams. And this allows the bile to build up and develop pressure in the liver. Higher pressure pushes out more stones. That's right. I'm going to read that again. Higher pressure pushes out more stones. You will see stones in the toilet bowl while doing this cleanse. So you're going to see the evidence and you will be surprised. The cleaner you have eaten, the more organic food you have eaten, the less preservative free, you're going to see less stones and smaller size stones compared to someone who has eaten a lot of junk food, a lot of food that's not organic, a lot of TV dinners, a lot of foods that simply aren't as GMO free. And that's just from not just my personal experience, but from people that I have put on this protocol. It's amazing what you see in that toilet, but you will know without a shadow of a doubt because you'll see the evidence, like I said there. And this is coming out of your body. And you've had, for most people, like I remember when I first did my first cleanse, I was surprised that there are all these little stones in there. They weren't very big because I eat fairly clean. There was a lot of little stones. And I had a couple other friends that did it at the same time I did. And we were kind of surprised how big some of their stones were and how green some of those stones were. So it's all fine, but you will have stones that are released. And if you do it every 6 months, like I do, I try to do it every January and June, you'll notice that you'll have less and less and less, to the point where the stones are so small because you're doing it. I've skipped sometimes where I did a full year where I waited till January because for whatever reason, I chose not to do it that June. I just did it the following January. Not a big deal. You put yourself on whatever schedule you want. You can do it next weekend if you want, or if you want to do it tomorrow and Monday, because you know that you have those days that you can lay down, the following day. That's very critical that you lay down. Okay, so the higher pressure pushes out more stones. Very important. 2 p.m. Do not eat or drink after 2 o'clock. If you break this rule, you could feel very ill later. Get your Epsom salts ready. Mix 4 tablespoons in 3 cups of water and pour this into a jar. This makes 4 servings. That's right, 4 servings, all of which you're going to consume. So this makes 4 servings. That's 3/4 cups each. You're going to set the jar in the refrigerator to get ice cold. You want it as cold as humanly possible without freezing it. And the reason why you do this is because this is not a pleasant tasting concoction. So the colder it is, the less you're going to taste this potion. Okay. So you're going to get it as cold as possible without putting any ice or anything in it. You just want to get it as cold as possible because it eliminates as much of the taste as possible. So now 6 p.m. of the same day, you're going to drink 1 of the 3/4 cup servings of that ice cold Epsom salts. And if you did not prepare this ahead of time, then you're going to go ahead and mix 1 tablespoon in 3/4 of a cup of water now. Now you may drink a few mouthfuls of water afterwards or rinse your mouth. Get the grapefruit out to warm it up. And then at 8 p.m., you're going to repeat by drinking another 3/4 cups of Epsom salts. And you haven't eaten since 2 o'clock, but you're not going to feel hungry. You get your bedtime chores done, because the timing is really, really, really critical here for the success of this particular cleanse. So now at 9:45 p.m., you're going to pour half a cup. You're going to measure the olive oil, and you're going to measure the olive oil into the pint jar, and you're going to wash the grapefruit twice in really hot water, as hot as you can stand it. I normally put like rubber gloves on and then wash it in as hot a water as I possibly can. And then you're going to dry it, and you're going to squeeze it by hand. I usually use a tablespoon to get all the juice out and all the pulp. And you're going to remove the pulp with a fork. And you should have at least half a cup more, or up to 3/4 cup is best, of the grapefruit. You may use part lemonade. I've never used the lemon. As much as I love lemons, I always do it just purely with grapefruit. You're going to add this to the olive oil, and you're going to close the jar really tightly, and then you're going to shake it really hard until it's watery, and only grapefruit is going to do this, okay? So now you're going to visit the bathroom one or more times, even if it makes you late for your 10 o'clock drink. Don't be more than 15 minutes late. That's very important, because you're going to get fewer stones if you're late. So just make sure 9:45 p.m., you're going to visit the bathroom one more time, even if it makes you late for your 10 o'clock drink. And don't be more than 15 minutes late. 10 p.m., you're going to drink the potion that you have mixed. You're going to take either 3, 4, when you muscle test, whatever number of ornithine capsules, with the first sips to make sure you will sleep through the night. Take 8 if you already suffer from insomnia, and drinking through that large plastic straw helps it go down easier rather than drinking it straight from the jar. Now, if those of you who drink boba, you have like those extra big, extra large straws, that's a good idea. A regular size straw, it's too thin. So you need to have kind of a bigger straw. So just note to self. You may use oil and vinegar salad dressing, or straight honey to chase it down between steps. I've never done that. I've just drank it straight. You're going to have these ready in a tablespoon on the kitchen counter, and take it all to your bedside if you want, but drink it standing up, not laying down. You have to be standing up, because you're going to use gravity to have it affect your liver, your kidney, and your kidneys and your gallbladder. So you're going to get it down. This is the kicker. You have to drink it within 5 minutes. So don't slosh it around in your mouth. Just drink it. Have the intention that you're just going to get it down, because it needs to go into your digestive system, into your stomach, and let it go down into your intestines and so forth, so that it's going to start to work. It's magic. So it says here, you want to get it down within 5 minutes. I've never done it where I took like 10 or 15 minutes. It does say here in parentheses, 15 minutes for very elderly or very weak people. So if you are slow and sluggish for whatever kind of medical condition you have, then it's okay to take up to 15 minutes to drink this, okay? And then as soon as you're done drinking this, you got to lie down, because all your organs have to be horizontal, so that gravity is pulling down inside your intestinal walls, and it's pulling down on you, because you're using gravity as part of this cleanse, okay? So lie down immediately. You might fail to get stones out if you don't lie down. You can't be standing up. You got to lay down. The sooner you lie down, the more stones you will get out. Be ready for bed ahead of time. Have everything prepared in advance. Don't clean up the kitchen. As soon as the drink is down, walk to your bed, lie down flat on your back, not on your stomach, not on your side. This will affect the results. It has to be flat on your back with your head up high on a pillow. I also suggest, she doesn't have this aspect in, but I would suggest as well to put a pillow under your knees. You might need 1 or 2 pillows under your knees so that so your back is comfortable. Now, I want you to try to think, it says here, try to think about what is happening to your liver. Try to keep perfectly still, at least for 20 minutes. You may feel a train of stones traveling down the bile ducts like marbles. It's not painful, by the way. I've never had anybody experience pain with this, by the way, that's been 10 years already. Yeah. 2012. There's no pain because the bile duct valves are open. Thank you to the Epsom salts. Go to sleep. You may fail to get stones if you don't go to sleep. So don't pull an all-nighter, okay? Next morning, upon awakening, take your third dose of the Epsom salts. You may, if you have any indigestion or you feel a little nauseated, wait until it's gone before drinking the Epsom salts. You may go back to bed. Don't take this potion before 6 a.m. in the morning. Okay, just keep a printed copy of this next to you so that you can see where you are. And as you go through, you can check mark it. 2 hours later, take your fourth and your last dose of Epsom salts. You may go back again. You may go back to bed again. After 2 more hours, you can eat. You can start light with some fruit juice. Half an hour later, eat fruit. 1 hour later, you might eat regular food, but keep it light. So just pay attention to how your body's feeling. If you feel that you can go ahead after you've had the juice, you have a little bit of fruit, an hour later goes by and you have, some regular food and you feel like you're okay with that, then you're cool. If you feel that, no, I need to do something a little lighter, then honor that. By supper, you should feel totally recovered. So now her document says here, how well did you do? She says, I'm just reading verbatim here, expect diarrhea in the morning. Not to get graphic, but you can expect to basically have the Hershey squirts. It's like water flying out your back end. The stones, you don't really feel the stones coming out. You just go, it's like a Niagara Falls. It's like everything inside you is just liquefied and it just comes pouring out. And you do feel really light after this cleanse, I might add. So it's a pleasant thing once it's all said and done. So expect diarrhea in the morning. Use a flashlight. Do use a flashlight because with the naked eye, it's kind of harder to see. You kind of need to let the water to settle down. And then you just shine a light and you will look for gallstones in the toilet with your bowel movement. You're going to look for the green kind, since this is proof that they are genuine gallstones, not food residue. Only bile from the liver is pea green. So I want you to be really aware of that. The bowel movement sinks, but the gallstones float because of the cholesterol inside them. So count them all roughly. I didn't bother to count them. I just kind of eyeballed them, to be quite honest. I know people who've counted them. That's up to you. So count them all roughly, whether they're tan or whether they're green. Green comes directly from your gallbladder, their gallstones, especially if they're floating. The rest of them are coming from your liver because your liver is opening up as well. You will need to total about 2,000 stones before the liver is clean enough to rid you of allergies or bursitis or upper back pains permanently. It says the first cleanse may rid you of them for a few days, but as stones from the rear travel forward, they give you the same symptoms again. So you might have to repeat this. It says here, I do 4 cleanses at 2-week intervals. Never cleanse when you are acutely ill. So if you're in the middle of the flu, if you have sinusitis or bronchitis or anything along those lines, wait till you put that behind you to go ahead and do this. And then the last part here, it says sometimes the bile ducts are full of cholesterol crystals that did not form into round stones. They appear as chaff floating on top of the toilet bowl water. It may be tan colored, harboring millions of tiny little white crystals. Cleansing this chaff is just as important as purging the stones. And that is basically it, my friends and gems. When I did this with my daughter we only had to do it once, and she's actually never done it again since then. And we got her from 45, 50 debilitating, crushing migraines that just were ruining her life, to 3 mild headaches. Like the following 30 days after that, she just had, because we had to chart all of her headaches and however many times a day she had migraines and how long they lasted, and we had documented everything. The next 30 days, she only had 3 mild headaches. She didn't have to take anything because she was taking Advil at the time for that, because she needed something. And over the next couple of months, she went down to 0 headaches. And so it was remarkable. When we went back to the neurologist, he's like, I told him about, this particular cleanse. And he's like, exactly what did you do and how did you do it? Especially since we didn't take any of and he was open to that because he had, there was, I think it was thornberry was one of the things that he had us get, Swanson's organic thornberry. And he was having her take that as needed, in addition to potentially the pharmaceutical drug that he wanted to prescribe. But he wanted, obviously, this protocol. Once he saw the effects of it, he was very excited to get his hands on it. So he's a really great neurologist. Anyhow, so that's it, my friends and gems. I don't know if you have any questions. I'm going to stop the screen share here on YouTube, and I'm going to go check really quickly right now on, let me see if I can go to, I gotta close the screen share, stop share, see if anybody has come on the Zoom. No one has come on the Zoom. I don't think I see, let me see if I see anybody on the, if anybody has any questions here. Okay, so I don't see any questions. Let me see, I'm gonna look here in the chat. Watching. Thank you, Glenda, Tony, April. Let's see if anybody has any questions. If you have any questions, let me know. We already spelled out the ornithine. I'll also type it in Facebook as well as YouTube. Whoops. So that you get the correct spelling. I think I'm still scrolling down. You're welcome, Sunday. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. Albert. Hey, Al. Mr. Awesome Al. Let's see, who else do we have on here? Just seeing, want to make sure I've answered all your questions. If you have, how do you stay? You're so sweet, Sunday. Thank my parents for that. I mean, how do I? You're very kind. You guys are always so generous, so kind. Ornithine, yes, I think I answered. You're quite welcome. If you guys have any questions, on Facebook or on YouTube, you can just reach out to me. I will send you, I promise, that document so you can check it out, and we'll kind of go from there. All right, my friends and gems, have a beautiful evening. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday, and I look forward to seeing you or hearing from you soon. And do put comments both on Facebook as well as YouTube. Let me know what you thought about this. If you want more videos like this, where I give you some of the tools that I use as the tools of my trade in holistic care for people like you with families like yours. Let me know if you like this, and we'll maybe do some more of these type of broadcasts as I'm inspired to do so. All right. Thank you, my friends and gems. Sending you hearts of love, and ciao for now.